And so what do? We do deep structured pages. Let's talk about the way one of those might look. So this page about air conditioning repair would be very informative about that, custom written for this client in this market, structured well. And when I say structured well, it will have proper H tags throughout, H1s, 2s, 3s, little paragraphs or even numbered bullet point steps, pictures, maybe video, if you have those, maybe even an infographic. This is a really well structured page. So that is a deep structured page, custom content, SEO copyright stuff. Someone knows what they're doing and writes it really well. Google loves that right now. That is new content. Content's still king and very important. Content affects your organic optimization rankings, obviously. And then it also affects when your map shows up and doesn't show up, and it will. Okay, so welcome to part 2 of the HVAC Marketing Guide 2019 4-part series so far on a few of the things that I find to be the most important things for HVAC companies. Again, it's Nolan Walker here with HVAC Webmasters. And so part 2 is going to be content again. Yes, content again. And listen, guys, I'm going to explain this to you a little bit more thoroughly so you understand why it's important. But if you want your content to work, I'm going to give a quick recap of things that have not been working for years, which is shallow content, sparse content, no content, and junk content. Oh, let's not forget copied content. So no content, shallow content, sparse content, copied content, and just junk content. All of those are bad, and they don't like any of them. So just to put up a page for the purpose to try to capture the keyword will not work. And it even works less now. And so what do? We do deep structured pages. Let's talk about the way one of those might look. So this page about air conditioning repair would be very informative about that, custom written for this client in this market, structured well. And when I say structured well, it will have proper H tags throughout, H1s, 2s, 3s, little paragraphs or even numbered bullet point steps, pictures, maybe video, if you have those, maybe even an infographic. This is a really well structured page. So that is a deep structured page, custom content, SEO copyright stuff. Someone knows what they're doing and writes it really well. Google loves that right now. That is new content. Content's still king and very important. Content affects your organic optimization rankings, obviously. And then it also affects when your map shows up and doesn't show up, and it will. Without the content, there's no basis for the map to show up. So it can not only show up at high in search rankings, which is still 76%. We listen to report, 76% of people still loving organic over clicking on ads. I talk to people all the time about this, and they'll say, oh, well, everyone clicks on the ads. Well, no, they don't. You and I don't. And you know you don't. You scroll down and look at other stuff, maps, organic. That's the information that people are devouring still in vast majority. And so, guys, it's really important. And it helps, everything helps expand the overall presence. It all works together. So we need more content. So what else? More of this good structured content, but no junk pages. And let's define a few junk pages. Okay, so junk pages would be really obscure, weird, long tail stuff and hordes of it. So a lot of that would need to be placed into a hierarchy into one page that's more well structured. So 5 pages into one, but not one junk 5-page, one fabulous 5-page, not 5 pages that were all junky, one fabulous page that included all the content of the 5 pages. That makes sense, right? And go back up and reference what we talked about on deep structure, nice structured content. Okay, so one other thing that's changing a little bit, city pages, and I want to talk about city keyword stuffing too a little bit because it's still done. So you want cities all the way around you. Well, guys, if you're going to do cities, they need to be deep dive city areas. So folder about the city and almost a little mini site about other stuff, all completely custom for that city. We structure those, of course, here at HVAC Webmasters for people and structure these into them, but no more of these one city pages. Listen, if you're seeing these and you're like, Nolan, I know someone's still optimizing for that. Well, good for them. It's some really old stuff that's up that's still getting recognized right now by the search engine maybe, and it's probably on small towns where there's less competition. Google does not have the choice of more quality, but you can beat people out of this stuff by providing a better choice. They want better stuff. They don't want that old junk site that happens to still be showing up for the city on the city pages. Guys, it's just all they have, and all the other algorithmic parameters are telling Google that they deserve to be up there right now. But believe me, it'll change, and it's already changing, and there's very little of it left. The larger the city, the less likely you are to show up in if you're not located there and it's not what your primary site is about. But yes, you can still show up organically for this. We'd love to be able to help you with it. If you want to try this stuff on your own, you need a folder that's structured out for that city with more than one page. And all of it needs to be deep dive structured, all coded well, written well, structured well, embellished well per page, okay? And then let's talk about city stuffing. Oh gosh, you're in the suburb and you don't want to be. I do feel for you. I was a service contractor, home services, before I owned this business, going on almost a decade with 24 fabulous webmasters I always like to reference. And I feel for you. You're not stuck in your one little town, but you seem to be getting pigeonholed there by local SEO and the way that Google views you. And so in the page content, you try to say city A, city B, city C, city D. Hope you're not doing that much. But guys, this sort of thing stopping and not working as well, you're only watering down your primary city. So city stuffing inside the pages, they're moving away from that. It's not a good user experience. And you would need to go back to what I just said on the way to structure a city page. We'd love to be able to help you with all this stuff. I want to make one comment, because as I talk about this stuff, it seems to sound like it's diminished. And guys, there's just more people online all the time. So it's fabulous results, especially with HVAC, because of the high consumption of the service. You can get calls all day long, every day, depending on the market. And optimizing where you are as well as you can be and is fantastic for people that do it. So it's great opportunities out there. I hope you liked part 2. We'll pick up here and go into part 3. See you in just a bit.